Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Cyrus Webb Presents. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again. We welcome those tuning in on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, X, and on Instagram. We appreciate you guys being with us. We're about to bring in our Amazon Live audience as well to be able to be a part of our conversation. Have a first timer on with us today on Amazon Live. So we're excited to welcome author Dunn to our broadcast today. I got a chance to read her newest book. It's called Keeping Receipts. You guys can see it here. For those joining us on the Amazon side, you all will see it highlighted in the carousel for you guys. That's either here in this corner or down below. I also want to encourage you guys, if you're new to us on Amazon, make sure you guys hit that follow button. You also will see it around here. Thanks to you guys, we are the #1 media show here on Amazon, kicking off 2025. We really appreciate that support. For those joining us on the social media platforms, you'll see a link that we're bringing you guys over to Amazon. So make sure you guys take advantage of that. I want to talk to Willetta not only about her new book, Randy Richardson, I see you over there on IG. Glad you could join us. We're going to talk to Willetta not only about her new book, but also what it's been like for her to create characters that are relatable as well as entertaining. And we'll let you know how to stay connected with her as well. Willetta, welcome to the broadcast.
Hi, Cyrus. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Good to see you, and congratulations on everything that
Well, thank
you
you.
have accomplished and that you have ready for 2025.
Well, thank you for that. And we'll let her have a surprise for you, too. I'm going to tell you about that at the end of the broadcast. I want to congratulate you on the new book. I got a chance to
Thank
read
you.
Keeping Receipts as I was prepping for this segment with you. I love the fact that I'm going to say this for the guys out there. I know some of the ladies will pick it up because of the love story, but the guys, I think, will like this book because we have a good guy to represent us in here, in Liam. We're going to talk about that. So, Letta, what has it been like for you to be able to see the way that people are responding to the new book?
It is totally amazing. I am grateful. I am excited, and I'm surprised, and I am just grateful. I thank God every day for everyone who has read the book and the responses that I have been receiving. It's just been outstanding. I can't say more. I'm just so grateful.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it is a book that is entertaining. It has a little bit of something for everyone. I think again, like I said, for us guys out there, we don't always get, the best representation in some books, and sometimes rightly so. But in Liam, you've given Lorraine a guy that not only is successful, I love that, but also is willing to deal with her stuff. And we have Lorraine, who's also dealing with her stuff and coming to grips with things too. For your journey as a storyteller, though, Willetta, let's go back a little bit. When did you realize that storytelling was something you wanted to do?
I grew up in a family of storytellers. My father was a Baptist minister. I
Ah,
had two brothers who were Baptist ministers. I have my sister was a writer actually, and my brother was also a writer. So it was always in our home. It was
yeah,
something we did for just about everything. It was used as a teaching aid through. I remember telling my sister telling me stories as I learned different things in school, in elementary and high school, and so it was just something that I picked up, but it was something that was just accepted in our home. It was just something we did.
yeah. Yeah, I love that. And I think what is so cool though about a book, especially like Keeping Receipts and the new book, Willetta, is that you're not afraid to create characters that are flawed, characters that are real, basically characters that are relatable. I think so many times we read books and the characters are aspirational. And yes, both with Lorraine and Liam being successful, that's aspirational for some. Them being able to find someone who can love them for them, that's something I think that is aspirational for people. But the fact that they both are dealing with their own lives and dealing with their own stuff and can come together is so cool. Did you always know you wanted to create those kind of characters that people would not only enjoy reading about, but maybe even see themselves in?
Sure. Aren't we all flawed
Yeah,
in some way or another? We're none of us are perfect.
right.
And so I wanted to create characters that we could relate to. And I definitely relate myself. I can relate to Lorraine and Liam and also the parents and the other characters
Mm,
involved.
mm,
Um, Life is about, first of all, acknowledging, learning that we are all flawed, and then finding ways to become better people.
right.
Um, if we, Jesus was the only perfect person, and we are to try to emulate him, but none of us were created perfect.
Yeah, yeah. Such a great point. I'm glad you mentioned the parents, and I want to talk around this. 'Cause I don't want to spoil anything for those who haven't read the book yet. Again, for those joining us on Amazon, you guys can go ahead and pick it up now for you guys, like I did for $12.99. You can get the paperback, and we're gonna also let you guys know how to stay connected with Willetta too. I think you're exactly right about the parents. They're relatable because they want what's best for their child, right? Even when the child has gotten in a situation, again, I'm going to talk around this, but you know what I'm talking about, have gotten themselves in a situation that for some people could change their lives dramatically, right? The
Mm.
parents do what they feel like they need to do to protect that child, to give that child a chance. Is that something you're hearing about from readers too? About the question of what if? What if I was in this situation? How would I handle something like this situation?
Sure, it is definitely something I've been hearing. And what I like to point out is that parents, no matter, even if you're my age and you're a parent or younger, you are a product of your environment. You've learned some things based on where you were born in time. And the parents in this story were born, I would say, in the maybe in the 40s or the
Mhm,
50s,
mhm.
somewhere in there. And it was a different time.
Right,
Um, Things, especially in our community, we did some things were just hushed and you didn't talk about.
right,
And there's so many family secrets now today because of some things we just don't talk about. But it is important to address those things. And it's also important to realize that our parents were brought up in a totally different time and situation and did what was best for them at that time, what they thought was best for their children.
right,
It may not have been something we would have done or we would choose today, but today is a different day and time as well.
right. So true. And I think that I'm going to talk about Liam here, but I think that's what is so great about this book, Willetta. And when you and I connected on Facebook, and we're going to talk about social media here in a bit. I think that's when I went and saw the synopsis on Amazon and then bought the book because I knew I wanted to read it. I thought, oh, this is really interesting. So I want to talk about Liam because, as I mentioned, a lot of people will look at this book and automatically think, "Hey, this is a great book for the ladies," and it will be. But I think it's also a book they can discuss with their boyfriends and husbands, or just guys can feel okay with us picking this up for ourselves. How important was it for you to have Liam be the Liam that we see? And what I mean by that is someone who can navigate life, work hard, be successful, and then be in a relationship as well.
Sure. Liam, first of all, I wanted to bring out that there are so many negative stories, negative things on the news, on the media about uh, our Black men. And I just wanted to bring out that there are some strong, I come from a family of strong Black men who stand up for what is right, who try to do the right things. They are flawed and
Right,
have made mistakes, but they
right,
try to do the right things. And it was important for me for my audience to see that there are men like that, that are people our children can look up to and emulate. And it's not. I mean, it is okay to be a good guy.
right.
It's okay. There are women who are searching, who are waiting for that good guy to come
Yeah,
around.
yeah.
Yes.
And to believe it's possible too, right? I think that's the other thing with Lorraine, right? Because like you said, to the point, we hear so much about the negative, it does make a lot of people distrustful. And we're able to see in this book, both for men and women, they both have to realize the importance of that trust. Hello to you, Angela. Angela says hello, this book is so good.
Hi, Angela.
So true. It tells a friend to tell a friend. Good. Yeah, that is true, Angela. And I think that is what's so cool about it. It's a great story, but the characters really help make the story because we can see ourselves in them, right? And how they're able to navigate things. I want to talk about the world of writing for you, in a broader sense, Willetta, because you and I connected through social media. How has that helped you to not only to find readers like Angela and myself, but also to connect with others who may enjoy a book like yours?
Oh, social media is a wonderful tool. It is a wonderful tool. I have been able to reach people I may not have otherwise met, ever talked to, or been able to reach out to. And it's a great way for us to connect and get to know each other.
Right.
Um, I know a lot of writers who were very successful before social media. That's not my experience. I wasn't writing before social media,
Mhm.
and I just can't imagine how difficult things would be. However, I have prepared myself because social media has its glitches, as
Yeah.
we found out this morning.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Mhm.
Well, yeah, for sure, for sure. So I want to ask you this then about the experience of writing. How does it normally start? Like when it comes to keeping receipts, I've heard of some authors talk about Willetta that sometimes the situation comes to them first, and then they end up writing a story around that. Or sometimes there's a character that comes to them and it makes them curious and want to be able to tell that story. What was kind of the seed that was planted for keeping receipts for you?
Well, for me, it was the story of forgiveness was in my heart
Okay,
first.
okay,
Forgiveness. I've been in many situations where I have had to ask for forgiveness, and many situations where I have had to give forgiveness. And so I wanted to write a story about that. I love romance. I love
mhm,
reading romance. I've been married for almost 40 years. It'll be 40
wow,
years in March. And so I
congratulations.
think I know a little bit about romance, and so I wanted to bring that to life. And I'm a Christian, and I believe that God requires us to forgive.
Yeah.
And I wanted to share with the world that forgiveness comes in different shapes and sizes.
Right,
Sometimes it's a little thing that you may have to forgive, and sometimes it's a big thing that you have to forgive. But it is required. And I also wanted my audience to realize that no matter how difficult it is to forgive, you will one day be in a place where you need forgiveness, and
right,
that is based on what you have done. We want to be forgiven as we have forgive.
right.
So as we have forgave. I'm sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. Mhm.
It's such a great reminder. Author Natasha Frazier, I see you over there on IG. Hello to you. Antoinette Gates, hello to you as well.
Hey,
Antoinette says, love
thank
the
you.
story. It is a great book,
Thank you.
Antoinette. It really is. We're going to remind our audience that's not joining us on Amazon how they can get it. For you guys on Amazon, you guys can see it right there, either on the side or down below, depending on if you're watching on your phone or your tablet or desktop. For those joining us on the social media platforms, if you're on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube, you'll see a link that will be able to take you to be able to get it. For those joining us on X, you'll see the link in the comments. Those joining us on Instagram, we'll put it in our stories as well. I want to talk to you about the response on two levels, Willetta, because from what I've seen, even from this conversation, you have people who are fellow authors that appreciate your books, but you also, of course, have readers as well. What has that been like for you to be a part of the author community and to see the support that's there?
Oh, it's wonderful to see. What's outstanding is when I see a comment from someone who I love, whose work I love. That is just amazing to me. I get so excited when I see that, and I appreciate that some of my people I've been reading for years have commented on this book, and I'm grateful for that. And I get a lot of love and support from authors at all levels, and that's a wonderful thing too, because there is no one who knows everything. So I have been learning from all people, and it's just a wonderful thing. And the readers, my readers are so kind, so lovable, and they keep in touch, and they let me. I've been connected to so many readers who've become friends, and it's a wonderful journey. I wouldn't trade it for anything.
Yeah, love that. And I think too, I mean, this story is one of those things I think that people will enjoy also because it gives hope. And not just because of the love story aspect, well, that because of what you mentioned earlier. And so you definitely accomplished that goal. Because I didn't know again what how the story came to you, but forgiveness is definitely something. I want to talk about something on a deeper level though that's in the book that is also
Okay.
so important, and that is forgiveness of self.
Yeah.
That's what Lorraine had to deal with as well. What was that like for you to navigate the idea of forgiveness with her?
We've all done something so. that we believe is just unforgivable, some things that
Right.
are so terrible, it's difficult to speak about.
Right.
And Lorraine was one of those individuals. In fact, keeping receipts, the term keeping receipts is usually about proof of,
Yeah.
you can use it as proof of purchase, that you've purchased something, or proof of wrongdoing.
Right.
When somebody has done wrong things to you, you have proof. You keep track of everything. Well, Lorraine was doing that for herself. She
Right.
didn't want to let go of things in her past that she regretted, or that she ways she had hurt others, or ways that she had been hurt. She kept those receipts, and she read them quite
Right.
often. She kept them. And so I wanted to bring that up. Sometimes the most difficult thing to do is to forgive ourselves.
Yeah.
So I wanted to bring that out so that people can know, first of all, you're not alone. You are
Right.
not alone. You're not the first person who has done something that's difficult to forgive, and you won't be the last person who has done something that they find difficult to forgive. But we are to emulate Christ, and Christ is the ultimate forgiver. And just to imagine all the things that were done to him, and he still is ready to forgive. And so we have to learn that. We have to act as he did and forgive ourselves and start anew.
Yeah. Another thing that's in the book I just thought about as you were talking, and that is the power of friendship too, right? Because Liam even
Mhm.
experiences that. He has his friends, his
Yes,
boys. How important was that for you to show the importance of having a support system? I mean, none of us are an island, and so this book is
none of
not
us.
just a love story. It really is about people who have each other's back as well. So, what was that like for you to show in a story like this?
I have been through so many things in my life, and I am so grateful for my support system, which begins with my family, of course. And I'm from Louisiana, and even with the distance, but I'm living now in North Carolina, and even with the distance, I still have the support of my family
Right.
and friends that I grew up with, friends that I've learned, that I've gained along the way, friends from the university and from college. And my husband is a retired Marine. I've had friendships along the way as we traveled the United States, and depending on the situation, you know which friend to lean on. And I want everyone to realize and appreciate friendship, because no one has to love you.
Right.
It's a choice.
Yeah.
And so when you have a group of people, or you have someone who has your back and who supports you, be sure to recognize that and let them know that you appreciate that.
Such a great point. That's such a powerful thing. Miletta's such a great story as well. So I mentioned to you I have a surprise for you. I announced today that I have a brand new partnership with my Amazon partners that we're going to be doing starting in February. But one thing we are doing for you, Lorraine, is that we're featuring your book during the entire month of February during our brand new show
Oh.
at home with Cyrus Webb. And I'm excited about that. And we are doing a video promo for you for your
Oh,
Amazon page as well that we'll be sharing on
thank
social
you.
media for you too. It's a great story, and the characters are ones that I think both, as I said, men and women will really enjoy. And so I'm excited about the opportunity to be able to share them more with our audience going throughout this month and into February. And I want to do that as a gift for you.
Thank you. Thank you. I can't find the words, so thank you enough. I appreciate that. Um, for authors and that for authors, the promotion, the getting the word out is so important. And your platform is one that will definitely do it. I thank you so much, and I appreciate it.
Well, since I did that for
Yay!
you, I have to ask you a question then.
Okay.
Are we going to see these characters again?
Oh, pretty soon, really soon. In fact, you should see them, I believe, either in the late spring or early summer this year.
Okay, there. That's good. That's good enough payment for me. Again, everyone, Willetta Dunn has been our guest. The new book is called "Keeping Receipts," out now on Amazon. So make sure you guys do get your copy of it. For those joining us on social, make you guys click the link to be able to get it for yourself. Let our audience know how can they stay connected with you.
Please connect with me on my webpage, my website, which is wmasondunn at excuse me, wmasondunn.com. You can
Got it.
connect with me on Facebook at Walletta Dunn, and on my author page on Facebook at Walletta Dunn. And
Awesome.
Instagram as well. You can look me up on all those avenues at Willetta.
Okay. And we'll make sure that we tag you there as well. Willetta,
Thank
congratulations to
you.
you again. Thank you again for the time and looking forward to seeing you again real soon.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And congratulations again on everything that you do.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Willetta. And we thank your audience for tuning in to another great segment of Cyrus Webb Presents. Until next time, you all make it a great one. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.